in the last video we discussed about a manual defibrillator, what it exactly is, how we use it and its functioning. We also looked at the various buttons that are present at its facade. In this video we will be concentrating more on an AED. As you can see, this is a smaller device. It's more it's more travel friendly, and it is a defibrillator. So why do we need to know about an AED? Firstly, we will encounter more AEDs as compared to manual defibrillators in our lives. We should know how to use an AED because using a manual defibrillator can be complex. As you can see, it has a lot of buttons, a lot of settings, and we'll have to use a lot of our brain to use it. However, an AED works by itself. We don't have to use a lot of brain, and it's very simple to use as well. It's highly recommended that you watch my video on cardiac arrest versus heart attack before moving on further, because you should know that we can only defibrillate a patient of cardiac arrest, not a heart attack. It's also recommended that you visit your nearest hospitals and familiarize yourself with the defibrillator they have there, because every defibrillator looks different. Your defibrillator or the defibrillator that your hospital has might not look exactly to this defibrillator. However, 4 buttons will always remain the same. The first one being on off button, the second one being energy select button, the third one is charge, and fourth one is sync to provide synchronized cardioversion. Alright, so let's get started. So AED stands for automated external defibrillator. Automated because it's automatic. You don't have to know how to run it. It will work on itself. It will work by itself. External because it works externally. You don't have to insert this device into the patient, which also tells us that there are some internal defibrillators also, something that is very different and something that we won't cover in this video at all. The third D stands for defibrillator, used for defibrillating a patient. A manual defibrillator can provide synchronized cardioversion as well. However, AED can only defibrillate a patient. It cannot provide synchronized cardioversion. So AED stands for automated external defibrillator, a device which can be used externally, which runs automatically, used for defibrillating a patient of cardiac arrest. So just like every other electrical appliance, the first thing that we do is turn on the electrical appliance.
Remove clothing from the patient's chest. Open packet and apply pads onto patient's bare skin. Apply pads as shown in the pictures.
The picture says
open packet and apply pads onto patient's bare skin. Apply pads as shown in the pictures.
Alright, I have applied the pads as shown in the picture.
Open packet and apply pads onto patient's bare skin. Do not touch the patient. Analyzing heart rhythm.
Clear, everyone?
Do not touch the patient. Analyzing heart rhythm. Shock advised.
Shock is advised.
Press the flashing shock button.
Press
the shock button.
You can see
now.
this. There is a shock button that's flashing over here.
Press the shock button now.
Alright. Now it's telling me to press this button.
The shock button now.
Everyone clear?
Shock delivered. Begin CPR.
And this tick or click that you are hearing, this is giving us the counting, the rate
20.
at which we are supposed to compress the chest. Alright?
30. Give 2 breaths.
After every 30 compressions, we are supposed to provide 2 rescue breaths. And again. At this rate, we are supposed to
10.
compress. So it also provides us the rate at which we are supposed to compress.
20.
Let's revise what happened. A patient went into cardiac arrest. He had no response, no pulse, no breathing. Now how do you check for response, pulse and breathing? Are you okay? Are you fine? आप ठीक है क्या? 1003, 1004, 1005. No response, no pulse, no chest rise. Begin CPR. This is a diagnosed case of cardiac arrest. Now let's say a person was providing CPR and then he called the emergency ambulance number. Now write down in the comment section what the emergency number is in your country. He called the emergency number, an ambulance came. This ambulance did not have a defibrillator, but it had an AED. Works well. Alright. The first thing to use an AED is, just like any other electrical appliance, to switch it on. If you can see, an AED just has two buttons. Alright, this is the power button and then this is the shock button. As compared to the defibrillator, which has power button, energy select, charge, sync and every other button as well. Alright, that makes an AED a simpler device to use, especially for a layman. Now, the person switched it on and then the second thing that the person did, and the second thing that we are supposed to do after turning on the AED, what do? Should we apply the pads or should we stop the CPR or should we do what? We are just supposed to follow its commands. It is, remember, it's an automated external defibrillator. We are not supposed to use our mind when we are having an AED. We just have to switch it on and follow its command. It will tell me to remove the clothing, I'll remove the clothing. It will tell me to attach the pads, I'll attach the pads. It will tell me to begin CPR, I'll begin CPR. It will tell me to stop the CPR because it has to analyze the rhythm. I'll stop the CPR for it to analyze the rhythm. I will follow its commands after I have turned it on. So there are only two steps of using an AED. The first one is to turn it on. The second one is follow its commands. That's all. Then this patient had a shockable rhythm. Now after a patient lands into cardiac arrest, the patient might have a shockable rhythm which will convert into a sinus rhythm after we defibrillate him. Not necessarily, but yeah, it has higher chances of converting into a sinus rhythm after we have defibrillated the patient. Or the patient might have a non-shockable rhythm. The non-shockable rhythm will remain a non-shockable rhythm even if you provide shock to it. Now there are some rhythms which convert into sinus rhythm after you give a shock, which are known as shockable rhythms. The next one are non-shockable rhythm. This patient had a shockable rhythm and we provided shock to that patient. We could see the shock button, it was blinking and the AED told me to press this button to provide the shock, and that is what I did. And after that it told me to continue the CPR, and this is supposed to be done every 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes it will give you a prompt to stop the CPR and to start the CPR again after you have defibrillated him or provided him with the shock. So that is the functioning of an AED. Now compare it with the functioning of a defibrillator. This gave me the prompts, this gave me the idea of what I am supposed to do when. I had to use my mind while using a defibrillator. I can carry this in my bag, in my travel kit, in my first aid kit. I cannot carry this. This is AED is a very lightweight device. As you can see, it's very lightweight. It's very lightweight as compared to a manual defibrillator. It's pretty heavy. Plus, I cannot carry it because it requires a 24/7 into 365 power supply. AED on the other hand, as you can see, it does not require any power supply. Once it's charged, and then after using it we can put it on charging again, but you don't have to keep charging it for the rest of the year or the rest of the day, and that is not very common in India. Ideally every district is public place of every district is supposed to have an AED, but it's not yet possible in India. But still there are many places in India, like many airports are there and many public places are also there where an AED can be found. So if such area is anywhere near your home, please visit it. and familiarize yourself with NAED today. I hope you liked the video. Please like, subscribe and share, and do let me know what other videos you want.